Hello, Americans. And other friends, subscribers around the world. Back again, man. And it is, yesterday they were talking that 6 to 12 inches, and it snowed all day. I don't know if I talked about it on that last video. And anyway, it snowed, you know, from sun up to sun down, but it wasn't building up. It was so wet. It was such a wet snow that it was like packing down. And so it wasn't really building up. But today, they might have had the prediction wrong because, man, it's building up today. And it is coming down. So maybe today's the day you get to 6 to 12 inches. Anyway, man, I'm going to grab a couple of logs. I do got to do some more firewood today. And other than that, I'm going to go sit in there and drink a cup of coffee. So got the fire going out here in the cook shack, out here in the trading post. Got a cup of coffee. Already fed the chickens and the rabbits and dogs. So I figured I'd come in here and sit down. I'm gonna do some listing and some computer work, and still working on cleaning this place up. You can't really see nothing in that. Yeah, this morning I was gonna talk about a book I read, which actually I listened to it because I had it on audio book. I think it was a 5.5 or 6 hour book, and which I got off Libby. I don't know if you know what Libby is, man. It's where you actually check it out. It's online at your library, and I had this book when it first came out. I don't know, probably 3 months ago. I put it on hold. Kind of forgot about it. And then day before yesterday, you know, it finally came available 3 months later. And what it was, which the kids and my wife actually all thought, what are you listening to or reading? And what it was is Marie Presley, you know, Elvis's daughter. It was her book. You know, and that's not something that you would think, you know, some old hillbilly be listening to or reading. Man, this is the book. It's called From Here to the Great Unknown. Lisa Marie Presley and Riley, don't know how you say that. That's her daughter. And her daughter actually ended up finishing up the book, you know, because she passed away here a year ago. So, you know, dude, I was just, man, growing up my whole life, you know, man, I was just huge. I've always been, you know, a huge Elvis fan. And then, man, I remember in, I think it was 10th grade, I remember having the money put away because Priscilla was, you know, put out a book, Elvis and Me. Man, I went down and bought that, you know, the first day that it came out. You know, I've always been a reader, man. I love my books. And just Elvis and everything's always, you know, been very close to my heart. So, anyway, so this whole thing, and most of the time I'm reading stuff, you know, right now I'm actually reading the Patriot, Francisco, or Francois, that's how you say it, Francois, and that is the early life of Francois Patriot, you know, which is Patriot, Idaho, it's down the river, and then we got the Patriot River over here, and the Patriot Lake up in McCall and stuff, you know, a mountain man, trader. And then I'm also reading the Weezer Indian Shoshone Peacemakers. And I was in the middle of this, but then I just got this, so I switched over. I just had to switch to it, man, because I started it, or got the book. Actually, I had Kevin pick it up for me up in McCall, because they had it. And I started reading a little bit as we were headed down to Riggins. you know, so I was like, oh, dude, this is going to be good. So I've kind of switched over that. Anyway, back to the Lisa Marie one. So, you know, it's funny because I guess you kind of think you know people, or, you know, these stars or whatever the heck what they are. I'll tell you what, man, the book, it's not no feel-good book. I'll tell you that right now, man. It is, and, man, it kind of breaks your heart, and you feel for, you know, you think that, yeah, man, it'd be cool to have more money than God, and, you know, which God ain't got no money, you know, but, I mean, you just have endless amounts of money, and we'll get into that in a minute, and, you know, you're running around with the elites and all that, and so many people think, oh, that'd be, man, that's the life, well, you know, from what I've read and all that, you know, not just her book, but, yeah, that's, there's a lot of, you know, money don't buy happiness, I guarantee it. You know, and I'm a trillion times happier than the majority of them. You don't have to have money to be rich. And, man, after reading that, man, I feel pretty rich. Other than the amount of money. Because holy crap. You know, there's one part in the book that, you know, she actually married Nicolas Cage, you know, the actor. And one part of the book, every time when they were dating, every time that he would come pick her up for a date, he was driving a different colored Lamborghini. A different colored one, man. You know, does he own all those? He just buy all those? You know, whatever. I don't care if he was renting them, man. That's a lot of money. And he bought her, while they were dating, just for, you know, gifts or whatever, man. Bought her a 1960s convertible Corvette and some other car. And then, this is just stupid money. This is the money, these people don't even have a flipping clue. Just ridiculous amounts of money. And he had bought her when they got engaged, he bought her a $65,000 engagement ring. And then they were out on some yacht out in the ocean somewhere. And didn't say who did it, but they got mad, and one of them threw a $65,000 engagement ring into the ocean, threw it into the ocean. So then they called in the divers and all, you know, all this crap to try to find this ring, and I can't remember what it was, man, 3,000 feet or something. I mean, they were out in the middle of the flipping ocean, man. There's no chance in Haiti. They couldn't even go that deep. You know, so needless to say, they didn't buy or didn't find that ring, but he ended up going out and buying her another engagement ring that was worth more money. What in the heck, man? Unreal. But, man, it's a sad read, man. You know, not like I said, man. What's funny is I started listening to it. You know, I got it, came in and stuff, and I don't know. I started listening to it about 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock at night. And it's like a 5.5 hour or 6 hour read or listen to, you know, because like I said, it was audiobooks, and I started listening to them. You know, we went to bed, Miss Kitty went to bed, and then I listened to stuff in my ear till I go to sleep. Needless to say, I did not sleep that much. I stayed awake and listened to this whole dang book, and man, for the last, man, it's on my mind obviously because I'm talking to you about it. That, there was just so much, man. It's, you know, that being born Elvis's daughter would, man, that put her in a bad way from the get-go. You know, and the amount of money, I don't know how many houses in the there is in that book of that she bought and sold. You know, and she has some, you know, it doesn't go way into that kind of stuff, but this is just the kind of stuff an old hillbilly picks out because they, you know, she'd want a new start or whatever, somewhere else, get out of LA and stuff like that. So they'd buy a house in, say, Florida, you know, and I think she had a house in Hawaii. And so she'd buy a house in Florida, you know, live there a couple of years and stuff till they're tired of that. And then, oh, I think I want to go live wherever. And, you know, I think she went over to Scotland or something. I don't know, man. All over the world. And then they just buy another house and sell the one, you know, sell that one. And holy crap, man. And then, you know, oh man, I'd love to be able to do this, man. Call up my kids. Well, I'm thinking this weekend, man, I'm feeling like getting out of this snow and going on out to Hawaii. So could you call and make them arrangements for me? Dude, what the heck, man? You know, just crazy. Only muskrat can do that. But man, just crazy amounts of money, man. You know, and then you know, Elvis's grandson, I think it was 3 years ago, you know, which is Lisa Marie's son. I think he was 20 or 21, and he ended up killing himself, you know, which is very heartbreaking. That just so sad, man. And what's crazy is I can't remember how she said they came about it, but there was a message on Lisa Marie's phone, and it was like 2 or 3 weeks before he killed himself, and he called, and I can't remember exactly. You know, you could read the book or listening to it, or maybe this don't interest you at all. You know, I understand that too. But I don't even know, man. Maybe I wish I wouldn't have really, you know, were listening to it, man. It's very, it's sad, dude. Very sad. But anyway, he'd left a message a couple weeks or whatever before that to his mom. Mom, I'm not feeling, I think something's wrong with me. I'm not feeling mentally stable. You know, and I'm not sure, you know, what she said or did about that, but he never talked about killing himself or anything like that, and ended up taking his own life, man. Pretty dang sad. Anyway, man, I gotta get off that. It's just, man, it's definitely something that has some kind of impact, but a lot of it, the only reason I really wanted to talk to you about it was just the, you know, I'll tell you what, man, about 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever, and I got up, took a break from the book for a second, man. I was just thinking, wow, dude, man, that makes you just feel, you know, when they're talking about that kind of money and being able to do this and that, and I mean, holy smokes, man, one of their trips is, you know, more money than I make in a year. It's just makes you feel just, you know, small. You're like, wow. But in reality, man, like I said, I'm richer than as far as I'm concerned, I'm richer than anybody as far as that, just not money-wise, man. This life, living like this, you know, and it's I'm a lot happier than that, you know. Sad, man, sad. And I guess that's how it'd be if you had, you know, so much money that, you know, can you still have dreams and everything when you have that much money? You know, when you know that you can go out and buy anything. And I mean anything, man. Anything you want. You can just go out and buy or whatever. You can't buy happiness, like I said. That's my book review. Sorry, man. Dude, it's a snowy day. That's all there is to do. But I'll tell you what. That's not a book that you want to curl up on a snowy day and think you're going to get all fuzzy inside reading it. Because, man, that was pretty dang heartbreaking. But other than that, I guess I'm going to get off this thing. I'm going to do a little listing. Oh, I'm going to take a nap. I better drink some more coffee. Man, it's piling up out there. You know, me and Muskrat was talking about it last night. And, you know, man, if you want to go watch winter camping and then people camping out and doing bushcraft and all this crap out in the snow, have at it, man. Because it's way better to watch it than to do it. You know, I never filmed it, but I've done some back in my younger days, and it sucks. I don't care, man. I do not care what they say. They can play it up all they want on here of how great it is. It sucks. It's cold, it sucks, and I ain't doing it. You know, I'm going out here, man, this morning, I guess just because it's, you know, I got all bushcrafting, that kind of, you know, woodscraft and everything on my feed. There was a bunch of, I don't know, probably 4 request videos for, let's see if we can make a fire in the snow and all this stuff. I can make a fire in the snow. We can go out there, I can clear a place, man. I can find some dry crap and do it, all that stuff. But, am I going to film me doing that just to prove that I can do it? Nope. Do I have to? Nope. You can forget it, man. Do you want me to entertain you out freezing my butt off while you sit in sipping your coffee and watching you do it? I'm with you. I'm going to sit here, sip my coffee, and I'm going to watch this guy do that. That's crazy. That bushcrafting thing to me is just it's entertainment, man. Bushcraft, man, especially in the East, dude. I can't believe they just had that hang-a-con or whatever it is, you know, where it's a big convention of people in hammocks, you know. I think it's called hang-con or something like that. You know, and I'd never heard of it, never seen it till a couple of videos this year and watched it. Man, they got some pretty cool hammocks. You know, getting together and do that. You know, and then the bushcraft, you know, whatever they're called, the big bushcraft shows and all that. All this is in the East. It's funny. You know, it's kind of like the junkin shows and, you know, the picking or whatever you want to call it, all them fad names. It's always funny because it's always in the East, man. East of the Mississippi, always in the East. You know, there's a few that are over here. Well, I'm over here. But, that dang bushcrafting and all these get-togethers and show hows and all that. I'll tell you what. I guess I could get into that in a different video, but that going around and, you know, taking a knife and making a little fluff stick or whatever they do to start the fire or whatever. Then if I'm out there freezing to death, the last thing I'm going to be doing is carving me a little fluff stick. I'm going to be getting me some pitch or something that's dry leaves, something, and I'm just going to work on getting the fire going. That's what I'm going to do. You know, you ain't going to sit there and do all this crazy. You know, nothing against it, man. And that's your source of entertainment, you know. To me, woodcraft and living this way and semi-off-grid or off-grid and all this, it's just a way of life for me. And that's, you know, that's cool that the videos and stuff and having to go have a $400, you know, which I mean, I got a you know, $300 or $400 knife now, but I carried an old buck for 100 years, you know, and then this was gifted to me. But, you know, you don't have to have no. I guess if you're some of them elite we were just talking about, you can go out and have yourself a $500 or $600 bushcrafting knife. But you don't have to have all that expensive crap. Man, I'm going off in a different direction, dude. I've had enough. Dude, too much snow, man. Maybe I'm getting cabin fever already. Good Lord willing. And them creeks don't rise. We'll be back again tomorrow. Hopefully it ain't a book review. See ya.